On November 17th, 2552, the Prophet of Truth and the Master Chief both arrived on Earth. The Battle of Earth at this time was chaotic, and both factions were getting ready for final offensives to seal the conclusion of this engagement. The objectives of Allied forces, consisting of both the UNSC and Covenant separatists, would be to prevent the Covenant forces from activating the portal to the Ark, and ultimately capture and kill the Prophet of Truth before he can pass through the portal. Meanwhile, the Covenant loyalists sought to gain control and hold control of the portal to the Ark long enough to activate the portal and venture through to the holy relic left by the Forerunners. Early in the day on the 17th, the Master Chief was recovered, having stowed away on board the Prophet of Truth's key ship on its trip back to Earth. He had landed in dense jungles around Mount Kilimanjaro in modern-day Kenya. The area remained part of the contested zone between the clear Covenant occupation area around what was New Mombasa and human forces assaulting those positions. As a result, the Master Chief's recovery team had to fight their way back to human-controlled territory and ultimately rendezvous with a group of Pelicans that would bring them back to the UNSC's operating base at this time, known as Crow's Nest. Crow's Nest was an older facility dating back to the 20th century, originally used by NATO to maintain control in the region, and then by UN forces before ultimately ending up abandoned before being taken up by UNSC forces during the defense of Earth in this ongoing battle. It served as a command and control center and a sort of management center for all UNSC operations in the area, and was being commanded by Commander Keyes, who had taken up control of UNSC forces fighting in this region on the Earth, under the direct command of Lord Hood. In hopes of preventing a UNSC assault that could jeopardize their control on the portal to the Ark, the Covenant launched a counteroffensive with the goal of seizing Crow's Nest and sending human forces into disarray. However, before carrying out this assault, they telegraphed their intentions in a radio transmission broadcasted by the Prophet of Truth, which bragged about their intentions to seize control of Crow's Nest. Following that transmission, a bit of a comical moment occurred when Commander Keyes issued maybe one of the stupidest military orders in history. When units checked in with command centers reporting Covenant assaults across the board and asked for a rally point, they were simply told they should go to war, a useless command that means nothing in battle. The Covenant assault on Crow's Nest was quick and effective as they managed to quickly seize control of a majority of the facility. However, key UNSC personnel were evacuated, and a majority of the UNSC mechanized force was able to evacuate the facility before a bomb was set off by UNSC forces preparing to retreat from the Covenant advance. The detonation of this device destroyed Crow's Nest and killed the Covenant forces that had been occupying it, and with UNSC forces now without a command base, a haphazard offensive was organized to attempt to retake the town of Voi, which sat on the rim of the portal to the Ark. The offensive to attempt to retake Voi would become known as the Tsavo offensive, as it would see UNSC forces surging across the Tsavo nature reserve, which was littered with not only derelict settlements that were abandoned in the ongoing fighting, but debris from the New Mombasa space elevator, which had collapsed following the Prophet of Regret's retreat into slipspace. This assault was mainly carried out by light armored forces consisting of mostly warthogs of various types. They would face off against a much more capable Covenant mixed force consisting of light armor, infantry, and heavy armor, namely wraiths. Still, in spite of the much more capable Covenant defensive forces, UNSC forces did have an ace up their sleeve with the Master Chief back in the fight. As a result, UNSC forces were able to ultimately push through to the town of Voi, resulting in the Battle of Voi, during which UNSC forces did manage to seize control of the former shipping town of Voi, which had now found itself on the rim of the crater that had been carved out to reveal the portal to the Ark. The goal of the assault on Voi was to neutralize a surface-to-air cannon system, which was preventing the approach of UNSC naval forces, which would then engage the Prophet of Truth's forces, which had positioned themselves over the portal to the Ark. With Voi now in UNSC hands and that gun disabled, those naval forces were able to advance, and a small fleet of UNSC frigates, all of the Sharon class, began opening fire on the Forerunner key ship, which was still being used as the Prophet of Regret's command ship. However, at that time, the portal to the Ark is opened, and the Prophet of Truth's forces were able to advance through the portal towards Installation 00. With a majority of the Covenant forces having then followed the Prophet of Truth through the Ark towards Installation 00, the conclusion of the Battle Battle of Earth finally arrived, with it ending in a tentative human victory. And while there was still some mop-up work to do with a few Covenant loyalist stragglers, with the assistance of Covenant separatist forces, the Battle of Earth could be called a UNSC victory. However, this last segment of the battle was surely a Covenant loyalist victory, as the loyalists were able to activate the portal to the Ark and ultimately venture to Installation 00. This would result in the Battle of Installation 00 in early December. One key element that I glossed over in this battle analysis was the Battle of Voi itself, where UNSC forces assaulted the port town in an effort to disable Covenant surface-to-air batteries, which were preventing the advancing UNSC forces from engaging the Prophet of Truth's fleet. If you'd like to learn more about the Battle of Voi, I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner to a battle analysis I have all about the Battle of Voi. And if you have any other engagements you'd like to see covered in future episodes of Battle Analysis and added to the archive, you can let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.